guys, Kaze here. Welcome back. We're back with more Men of Yoshiwara Ohgiya with Utsusemi. We're finally on to our super happy ending and our last chapter before we hit our extras. And the title for this one is Celebrations. Please, oh please, oh please, oh please let us marry him in real. For real, not in real. For real. That's my hope. Take him home. Make him hard. Maybe another kid shot, that'd be great. Something. Something along those lines would be awesome, I think. Ow. Anyway, let's see how it ends, guys. Let me know which ending you think is better for Utsusemi. Alright, let's get going. 1 month later, I had headed to the back room of the house as my mother and I had previously arranged. My mother sat, looking more stern than usual. There was a crushing tension in my chest, but when I looked behind me, there was Musashi. Oh, okay, there was Musashi, the man who had watched over me since I was young. He made me feel stronger. I took a deep breath and returned my mother's gaze. Kaze, today I officially hand over all of the Kitsune household to you as its new leader. Leaving the Kitsune name in your hands. Yes, mother, I humbly accept. So on my knees I bowed my head low. As of today, I would become the head of the Kitsune family. I would have been lying if I said I wasn't nervous, but according to some long-term plan, I had to inherit the family name. After the transfer had been officially completed, I called for a ride and headed to Yoshiwara. I had to tell him, the man I loved, everything. When I arrived at the brothel, Utsusemi was getting ready for a procession. Servants were busily running to and fro in front of his room. The murderer who had rocked Yoshiwara had been caught, and the processions had resumed. Utsusemi, I'm sorry to bother you when you're so busy. Kaze, it's fine. Utsusemi sent the servants who was attending to him away and turned to face me. More importantly, how are things at home? I have received my inheritance as the head of the Kitsune family. Wow, that's great. Then that means, yes, everything's in order for your release. I spoke slowly, savoring the words. We listened to each other's eyes for a few moments. Then, at the same time, we stepped together and kissed. Kaze. We soon parted from our light kiss. But our breaths slowly overlapped as our lips met again. Our lips intertwined and our tongues traced their outline. Our kisses became so deep I thought I would melt. This was our little way of greeting every time we met. That doesn't seem like a little greeting because that's like really getting hot. Just a little longer. That's right, Kaze. In a blink of an eye, we'll be together forever. Even when morning comes, our marriage vows will still last. Yes, the love we dreamed of will become reality. My heart was so filled with joy. Next time, it was me who initiated the kiss. Semi's arms held me even tighter than before. I peeked out from my closed eyelids and looked at him from up close. The man I love had the charm of a man who could overcome any obstacle. As for how things turned out like they have, after we had parted with Ageha and Utsusemi's parents, every time we met, we talked again and again about ourselves, about how to maintain our love and how Utsumi could find happiness. In the end, what we decided was that Utsumi would be released to marry into the Kitsune family. After we kissed many times, he wiped my wet lips from the inside of his fingers. There was a worried expression on his face. Could someone so young really take on that large responsibility? Originally, you weren't supposed to inherit for several more years, right? There's certainly a lot of pressure. Inheriting the Kitsune house and becoming its leader. It's exactly why I was brought up so harshly as a child. But the weight of the burden was greater than I had ever imagined. This is me we're talking about. I'll be fine. Because I have you with me. Yes, I will never leave you alone. There's nothing to be afraid of. We just need to wait for everything to be finalized. You're strong as ever. Not as strong as you. I smiled lightly and Utsusemi put his hands on both my shoulders, looking happy. He embraced me with his reliable arm, and the burden of my shoulders lightened. The man I loved would live by my side. Was there anything more reassuring than that? Utsusemi, it's time. Oh, sorry, I lost track of time. The servant who'd been waiting outside called to us, and Utsusemi beckoned him in. The servants came into the room holding the clothing and makeup for the procession. He turned back to me and spoke in a dignified voice. I'll be waiting for my escort. Okay, it's a promise. Just hold on a little longer. I will. You too, Kaze. We could feel our love for each other just by looking into each other's eyes. My lips, like moments ago touching his, were still warm. Our fingers reluctantly parted, and I left his side. A little while later, there was cheering for the crowd of people who were eagerly waiting outside the brothel. Utsusemi's procession had begun. I followed the parade and watched the ceremonial dance. The gathered spectators looked fondly at Utsusemi and sighed. Oh, how beautiful he is! He's just as handsome as Takigawa. When I looked up from their fiery gazes, my beloved man's figure had moved ahead of the parade and grown small in the distance. But no matter how many passionate stares were directed his way, my heart was calm. Utsusemi. I quietly whispered his name. This would probably be his first and last procession. The great pleasure quarters, Yoshiwara, the men behind these walls in what was called another world, can make women their prisoners in the blink of an eye. But how many tears and how much anguish is hidden within? Even so, the flame of life within the red light district always burns beautifully. The sight of my beloved in his finest clothes was firmly burned into my eyes. Another month later, as I was waiting in my house, there was a procession down the main street downtown. The blue sky was perfectly clear. Utsusemi was coming to the Kitsune house as a groom. I awaited his arrival, unable to keep myself calm. Kaze, get a hold of yourself. The heirs to the Kitsune family must be imposed at all times. Yes, mother. Be that as it may, the white sleeves of my kimono threw my heart into disarray. Finally, ma'am, Utsusemi's party has just arrived. Utsumi. My heart suddenly started beating as loudly as an alarm bell. That man, the man I love, was waiting just outside our house. Kaze, wait! Ignoring my mother, I dashed from the room. Improper or not, this heart of mine, it could not listen. Once I ran out of the house. Kaze? A sweet familiar voice reached my ears. Standing there was the man I loved, dressed in a formal robe. Definitely a different facial expression for him. Utsusemi, you're finally here. I was so overcome with emotion, I was nearly in tears. We had met many times before, and not just for a talk, we had woven our bodies together. So why was such heat welling up within my chest? What's up with you, Kaze? Your beloved husband has come all his way to be adopted into your house. I know. I don't know what's gotten into me. When I saw you, I just couldn't stay calm any longer. Maybe it's because I'm finally become your man and yours alone. That's right. You're not a courtesan. You're my husband, as long as I live. Exactly, and I can't wait. Now that I've been adopted to your family, I will labor wholeheartedly for your household. You're so selfless. I'm actually more worried you'll work too hard. I smiled and the emotions that had been in my heart flowed out. All the tears he'd shed, all the tears of those around him. This happiness we have now has been built on top of all that. Semi. Yep, right here. I smiled broadly at his earnest response. Let's find happiness together, okay? Yes, a greater happiness than anyone else in the world. Only so happy that Ageha and Gakuto will be jealous. With his vivid smile was the weight of all he's overcome. I guess he'll be alright now. Even if the tear-filled days come, they will be tears that we shed together. Just as I made that vow in my heart. Miss, your mother's waiting to congratulate you. We'll be right there, I answered Musashi and reached for Utsemi's hand. Welcome to the Kitsune house. Thank you. I look forward to spending our lives here together. Yes, you and me together. We're family now. Utsemi heard the word family. He narrowed his eyes. Today he had to let go of one life and bade welcome to a new one. We firmly held each other's hands. With that, Utsemi went into the Kitsune house. What lies ahead on the path we are walking is still a mystery. There will probably be times where we will lose our way and times when tears are shed, but if the flame of love is lit within our hearts, I know that we'll make it just fine. Oh, we got the super epic ending and we got all the endings. All of the endings. Okay. Alright, yes, that was awesome. I love it. And he finally came home. He came home, yes. And he still got his possession. So that was awesome. Alright, guys, I'll see you in the extras. And I will also let you guys know who or what game is coming up next in replacement of Ohgiya. So look forward to that. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. Kaze out.